You know, if I didn't know better, I would say that these movies are now deliberately trying to provoke me. Justice League versus Teen Titans. Guys, I'm going to have to get into spoilers talking about this one, so if you want the spoiler-free version of this review, here it is. It sucks. Great. Move along. I suppose I should qualify that slightly. I can't say at this point definitively whether or not these movies are actually getting worse. I feel like they are, but honestly, there's nothing I can really point to that makes this objectively a worse movie than Batman vs. Robin or even Son of Batman. But the thing is, each time a new one of these comes out and it doesn't get better, and it just does the same horrible, boring, infuriating stuff over and over and over again, it makes me hate it more every time. So at this point, every time they crank out a new turd in this continuing continuity, it just makes me insane that they're making this instead of a follow-up to the wonderful Wonder Woman animated film. But plot, let's get into plot. Let's see. Well, this largely revolves around Damian Wayne being a dick. Big surprise. Are they ever gonna bother trying to have a story arc for this kid? Because he hasn't changed. 3 movies now we've had him, and he hasn't budged an inch. He's still the defiant, arrogant little son. And honestly, he is the worst here that I have ever seen him, because at this point he's been Batman's partner for a while. He's got no excuse to still be going, I was trained as an assassin. My grandfather Ra's al Ghul taught me to be like this. I don't care what the character justification is. 3 movies and he's spouting the same crap. I'm going to try and keep my rants about Damian to a minimum, but I am just going to say this. I have never, in the history of watching any entertainment that I can think of, have wanted a character to die as badly as I want Damian Wayne to die. Usually when there's a character in something that I don't like, I just wish they weren't there. I wish they were written out. I don't actually want to watch the character die. I want to watch this kid die. I would kill him before I would kill Jar Jar Binks. So anyway, it opens with actually a decent action sequence where the Justice League faces off against the Legion of Doom in front of the Hall of Justice. Oh, I'm sorry. As it is explained in the movie itself by a newscaster, what social media has dubbed the Hall of Justice, because that's how above it all this series is at this point. They can't even call it that. They have to say social media dubbed it that. You know how crazy social media, just call it the damn thing. Anyways, the League is fighting him, and Robin is basically on herd the innocent people out of danger duty, which he's doing with explosives, first of all, and then second of all, he decides he's suited for other stuff, and he just goes off and does his own thing directly against Batman's orders, i.e. he's a dick. He's always a dick. Big surprise. Well, Batman's finally had it with his being a dick, and he pawns him off on the Teen Titans, which in this case consists of Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Blue Beetle. If you're thinking Cyborg should be in there, well, he would be, but in this continuity, he's part of the Justice League, so no. I suppose I'll pause and mention the highlights here, because Beast Boy is one of them. He's fun, he's energetic, he's funny. I like the way they use his powers. I like how he uses his powers in combat. And there are a couple of decent action scenes. There's the one at the opening, which is pretty good, but it's ancillary to the story that's happening. And there's one towards the end, which is pretty decent, but I'm gonna have to explain why later, because I'm gonna have to explain why all the other fights in between these two suck. So anyways, Damian's now on the Teen Titans, and he treats them like a dick! The only one that apparently the movie thinks he bonded with is Raven. I don't know where this film thinks that happened, because I didn't see it. There's one incredibly cheesy bonding montage, and it is the most generic crap ever, because guess what? It happens at a fair, and we see him on the Ferris wheel, and we see them get cotton candy, and we see them play the games. It's every generic bonding montage that you have ever seen. And you know what? I'm gonna pause right here. The voice acting is, for the most part, fine. Damian's insufferable, but he has been since the first time he was introduced. But the other one who doesn't work is the other pivotal character of the story, which is Raven. Now, they aren't using any of the voice actors who have done the Teen Titans in the various TV shows for these characters now, and they really should have, because the voice actors who's done Raven on TV is perfect, because what Raven has to do is actually really, really difficult. She has to sound disaffected and uninterested, and yet still convey some level of emotion and get you invested in her as a character. That's really hard to do, and the actors who they brought in to do Raven this time can't do it. She can only do the disaffected thing, but she can't sort of put the background emotion behind that disaffection so that she actually reads the character. She just reads bored the entire thing, no matter what's going on, no matter what she's talking about. And as I said, Raven ends up being the other big pivotal character in this whole story because apparently her father, Trigon, has now located or escaped from a prison she put him in before, and now he's coming after her. And that's where the versus the Justice League comes in, because the big title fight that implies is the Teen Titans against 3 members of the Justice League. And those members of the Justice League are possessed by shadow demons from Trigon's realm. So the title is really misleading, and that fight is like 5 minutes tops. And it's not even the last fight of the movie, so it's not even the damn climax. But basically, the Justice League get taken over by demons, working for Trigon, trying to get him free. The Titans, fight to get things back to the way they should be, and yay, it all works, except there's a ton of internal logic that doesn't make any sense. Raven trapped him into this crystal prison that she said can't be destroyed, yet one of the first things we see happen when she reaches out to it to try and trap him again is it gets shattered by a sword. Just a sword, not a magic sword, not a spectral sword, not a kryptonite, just a sword smashes this thing that she says nobody could destroy. What? Now, in the demon realm, we get the one other decent fight, which is when the Teen Titans take on various monsters and creatures and bizarre shadowy things. That is the other good fight in addition to the one that opens the movie. And the reason it's good is because they aren't fighting other people, because the action scenes when it's just people fighting people in these movies are boring as hell. It's just punching. It's just a heck of a lot of punching, and all the powers these people have, all the things they're capable of doing, this is all they can think of, and it's really, really dull. Doubly so in animation, where you can draw anything, you can have them do anything, and they're just it's so boring. Of course, the good guys win. Damian joins the Titans. All is well in the world, except this franchise. Oh my God, I'm not writing off DC animation yet. When they break away from this continuity, we still get good things. Assault on Arkham was a blast. Gods and Monsters was amazing. I'm still really hopeful for The Killing Joke, but this continuity needs to go away. I can't see what the purpose of this being a continuing continuity at this point is. They have done zero to take advantage of this. Especially considering the only well they keep coming back to is Batman over and over and over again, which has been completely tainted by Damian. Now, if you're watching this, you might be wondering why I haven't done Batman Bad Blood first, because technically that came out before this. I haven't gotten to it yet. This is the one that I happen to get my hands on first, and I don't want to do Batman Bad Blood. I really, 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 really don't. I will, but I don't wanna. So Justice League versus Teen Titans. Have you seen it? If you have, I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on about it? What are your thoughts about this continuity in general? Do you think it can still be salvaged? Have you actually enjoyed it? Whatever's the case, drop something down in the comments and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Council of Geeks. Check out the Council of Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher. And until next time, this council is adjourned.